And I was like, yo.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, it's Draxyr, and welcome to another full game commentary. In this game, we'll be covering the Riven versus Tryndamere matchup, a matchup done by Adrian Riven, but a few people have requested that I actually redo some of his as they are possibly outdated. So taking a look at the comps here, Riven versus Tryndamere, obviously, I'll show you the runes and masteries briefly, and Storm Raider Surge with this setup. I'm speccing as much damage as I can to make it easier to proc Storm Raider Surge, which is really all this matchup revolves around. Short trading him into Storm Raider Surge. Alright, looking at the comps here, it's Riven. To make sure my recording program doesn't bug out here with the change of scene. Okay, we have Riven, Jarvan, Ezreal, Blitzcrank, and our last person has not loaded in yet, against Tryndamere, Rek'Sai, Malzahar, Xayah, Zilean. We'll talk about each of the champions and the comps. Oh, Vladimir, okay. We'll talk about each of the champions and the comps later, but right now I want to address the Ignite. When Tryndamere takes Ignite, you want to immediately think Doran's item. The extra HP will help you survive an all-in. So we're thinking Doran's Blade, Doran's Shield, obviously not Doran's Ring. I think in this matchup we'll be going Doran's Shield. Doran's Blade is really in a matchup where you want to bully. Now normally we do go Longsword 3 to make it easier to proc our Storm Raider Surge, but because of the Ignite we will itemize slightly differently. It looks like our Blitzcrank is calling for an invade, so we'll follow that call. Now in terms of team comps, I usually think about this before the game really starts. We have Rek'Sai jungle, which is an S tier pick, so you have to really look out for that. We have Malzahar mid, who can really shut us down with an R late game, so we're going to be speccing into QSS this game. We have Xayah, who scales pretty hard to the mid game, and then of course Zilean, who shuts us down quite a bit. So this is a game where we're most likely alright, that's a great way to start a game. We'll most likely be going the Black Cleaver Death Dance build. Now, I actually was talking with the Oryx in chat, I think it was today, and I was in a game against a really fed Ahri mid, and he was commenting on my build. I had gone Maul of Malmortius, especially because I think I was against someone top lane I wasn't really concerned about, so I went Maul of Malmortius with Black Cleaver to spec against the Ahri. But he said Death Dance is so powerful right now that it's really not a good idea to build the Maul there because Death Dance is strong against their entire team. Maul is just strong against the one character. And instead I can just go QSS to avoid the Ahri's damage. So now we start with the lead in lane, which is great. At level 1, you're not as strong as the Tryndamere. Obviously I have an item lead, so the matchup's going to be much easier for me. But the same principles will still hold. In this matchup, this is not one you want to push up, especially because Rek'Sai is a very strong early game presence. We want to make sure that this guy doesn't build up a ton of early game rage. We can use our level 1 advantage. See, that Storm Raider Surge is what's going to help us win lane later. You don't really want to push up at level 1. Or really fight him. The only reason I took a trade there is because I have the item advantage. But at level 1, you really just chill. Level 2 is mostly the same thing. And in that vein, you take E level 2. E level 2 against matchups that you're not really fighting. W level 2 against ones where you're going more aggressive. He just used his E, so if he steps up for one of these minions, we can go for a full trade on him. Now, his E is coming back up, especially after a crit. Ow. It's going to take some minion aggro for that, but not a ton. Yeah, we're really looking out for that Rek'Sai gank. Jarvan is coming up to the top, so you want to watch your own jungler as well. It's really hard for Rek'Sai to get... Okay. Wait, I just put another point in my queue. Ah, it was an accident. Obviously, that's a mistake. And that kind of mistake is going to cost you a lot. Yeah, I don't have W. I'm not going to let my jungler know that, though. He's going to tilt. However, with this level 2 Q, it's going to completely negate my level 3 advantage. So I can't show you the trading pattern until I get level 4. We're going to go ahead and follow our jungler here, make sure that he doesn't need any major backup in case they start dueling. This lane is pushed in, so at most I'll miss 1 or 2 in exchange for being prepared for that situation. Now we get our W and we can start the trade. So you Q in. With your third Q up, this is a pretty unique trading pattern. I still have my fast Q up. Yeah, because I had my Q up, I didn't have to back off there. You gotta make sure that you space out your cooldowns. So here, in a short trade manner, W, auto Q, E away. And that's a good way to get a quick 100 damage off. Oh, my Jarvan's getting collapsed on here. I basically just prevent them from going in on him. Missed the cannon, it's a little tilting. Yeah, Rek'Sai's in the area, I gotta watch. I'm not gonna go aggressive until he clears out. Otherwise, you wanna make sure you proc Stormraider Surge on your trade. So that usually means QW auto Q. I'll show you in just a moment here. Now, when he Ws you, you don't want to trade with the W on you, because that is an AD debuff. I'm gonna flash here. The reason why I'm flashing is because Tryndamere does have Ignite, and if he gets, 3 or 4 autos on top of me, that's a very bad situation for me to be in. I'm gonna make sure that this Rek'Sai, I'm gonna see if I can bully him a little bit. Make sure he's not staying in the bush for cheese. Okay, he's good. I'm gonna ward the bush here to make sure he doesn't lane gank me. And this is pushing towards me so I don't lose any great amount of farm. I'm 10 up, so we're out farming him. Against this matchup, you want to itemize CDR with a mix of damage. Damage to proc your Storm Raiders, and CDR so you don't get run down. One of Tryndamere's greatest power against Riven is having you use all your cooldowns on him and him slowing you and just running you down. So you see how this procs our Storm Raiders? Even if he Ws us and has Ghost, he can't actually chase us. So that's the key to this matchup, is proccing Storm Raider Surge. Now a few Tryndameres will actually go Ninja Tabai Rush to negate your Storm Raider Surge because you can't do enough damage to actually proc it. If they do that, you just itemize tank, and then they don't do any damage to you and you don't do any damage to them. And then you just outscale. That's how you counter that. You itemize Ninja Tabai as well. But if they're going damage, you need to build damage to proc your Storm Raider Surge. Make sure that you can always proc your Storm Raiders. Now, once you're both level 6, you can actually just all-in him with ultimate up, see if he makes a mistake. And then once he ults, you zone him off, and he has to back. You don't actually have to kill him. Already I have a sizable CS lead. If I just keep pushing this lead, I'm eventually going to win the lane. You don't actually have to kill the Tryndamere. And he can't actually counter engage on you because of your Storm Raiders. At any point you can decide to disengage. So I'm just keeping the slow push, make him lose as much as possible. Now I'm not entirely sure why Draven's trying to gank the Tryndamere here. So he W'd there so that I can't short trade him while he's going for these minions, but his W is about to wear off. And so once he goes for this one, QW in, auto Q. Now he does have Vampiric Scepter. You gotta make sure he doesn't heal through your damage, which is a concern. He took a trade there with my giant minion wave. W, auto Q, shield the tower shot, and we're good. We're just slowly withering him down. Now he does have more sustain than we do, which is something we have to watch out for sure. We do know Rek'Sai's bot lane, so you have to be very afraid of the tower aggro, because if he just runs you down with Ignite and Flash, you're in some big trouble. Yeah, Vladimir didn't react to the the bot side roam. We're just trying to make the Tryndamere miss as much as possible here. Q, W, auto Q. Alright, he is away. If he didn't E away, I would have gotten my Storm Raiders. Yeah, we're getting out sustained here, so you want to back and get the Kindle Gem so we can trade more. We're not actually doing enough damage to proc our Storm Raiders right now, which is very concerning. We might actually go Phage then. He's playing very safe, only utilizing his E to get away, in which case we want to modify our trading combo so that we add in a shield into the second EQ so that we shield his E damage away. Let's try it. Like that. We're still losing these trades though. So now one thing we can do, he heals back to full. Yeah, we're losing to the sustain here because we're behind on itemization. We haven't cashed in. We're 1,000 gold sitting in the bank. Now he might be looking for a dive here, which is pretty dangerous. In which case I'm tempted to just ult. Yeah, we needed to run faster with the Storm Raiders and get away from him. Yeah, that we needed to cash in on our gold here as fast as possible. Did he ignite us there? He did, yeah. Otherwise we would have gotten away. And there goes the CS lead. A big reason why this happened was because we were forced to burn our teleport at a bad time instead of keeping it and holding it. Now we're a level behind. We're still somewhat even in CS. Also the fact that we weren't able to get a pot. That should be a kill for Ezreal. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, we weren't doing enough damage to proc Storm Raiders there. Interestingly enough, the matchup, I think he's running some kind of, is he running a lot of armor? No, he's not. He's running normal armor. I think we actually have to back here and pick up more items. This is in a place where the wave will still shove towards me. And I think Rek'Sai's in the area as well. Yeah, there were a few points where I needed to play safer due to the Rek'Sai being there, and that Rek'Sai gank, me burning my flash, those are all things that contributed to us losing that one kill to him. But that doesn't by all means mean we lost the lane. Not quite yet. It's not irreparable. Yeah, keep in mind that your ultimate does proc Storm Raider Surge. I didn't think that the Rek'Sai would stay and repeat gank it. I'm coming. Alright, we got a kill. Riven does have EQ, I think. And he did get the slow off. I have EW soon. Yeah, we got that TP gank off. Very nice, very nice. I think Vladimir's gonna help me out with this Tryndamere. He is. Alright, first tower blood has already gone to mid lane. Vladimir's looking pretty strong. Ezreal's looking pretty strong. Yeah, so that's what shifted the balance of the matchup there, was the Rek'Sai gank, forcing me to burn flash and then teleport to get back to lane. Those two summoner advantages will allowed him to win there. Otherwise, I could ult, proc the Storm Raiders, flash his E, and I would have been fine. And then I could re-engage after his ult wars off. That's how you win the matchup. But you need to have equal summoners with him. Him having Ignite up and me not having anything up was the reason of my death there. I'm gonna, yeah. Alright. Make sure I don't get Mal's ulted here. This is what he's looking for, because there's 3 here and no one to help me. But yeah, he's a guy watching, spectating the game right now, and that's exactly what happened. The Rek'Sai gank caused me to lose sums. I should have respected him and, you know, backed off. But I would concede the tower in that instance, and I really didn't want to do that. Interestingly, because I all-in'd him, he was too low to stay. And because he was too low to stay, I forced him off the tower so he didn't get too much damage on it. Forced his flash out there. The reason why he flashed there is because even if he ultimates, we'll chase him down and CC him. This is really bad. And Malzahar ult. Yeah, that was a good flash from the Tryndamere. Once we get Black Cleaver, I'll show you the trading pattern for the mid game, but it's pretty similar. We should be able to get something nice here. Make sure we try and dodge the Xayah ult R or RE to be more. Alright, and Vladimir showed up. That should be Rek'Sai's death. We want to see if we can get a pick on the Zillion, but he's too fast, so I'm going to back and see if I can go top lane. Make sure he doesn't either take the tower or go too far with it. Try and keep up. With the movement speed from the Phage, the kiting becomes a bit easier. With the Ninja Tabai as well. Now he's ahead, and that makes this matchup really difficult, but eventually you'll see how 40% CDR and enough AD brings it up to a manageable level. Otherwise, you know, manageable considering Tryndamere's dueling power is almost unrivaled in most instances when he's this ahead. He has nearly 10 CS a minute and a kill, so he's very strong. And as I was saying to the other guy, I should have respected his tower diving potential. He might still be in here. Okay, so I'll push one more wave and then back out. I'm not currently strong enough to fight him yet. I don't have 40% CDR. I also need more AD so I can proc storm raiders easier. And some sort of sustain. So that will be the Death Stance buy. Now we're going to go ahead and look for rotations again. So even though he got ahead, because I was able to macro better than him, especially with the teleport play, I'm still far more useful to my team. That's why I highly recommend against taking combat summoners top lane. He was just not able to respond to any of that. And he's, you know, he's pushing waves and everything. He got one tower. Not a ton. Not a ton of stuff. Alright, now we got a match split. This is very dangerous because we haven't yet hit our 40% power spike. And he does quite a bit of damage. I want to force him to ult as fast as possible. Because once we do that, if you force him to ult, he's a sitting duck, and as your cooldowns come back up, you can just finish him off. So oftentimes you just want to ult. You don't save your ult until after his ult wears off. You use it to make him use his ult as fast as possible, and then you kill him after the fact. Are you serious? I gotta back off because I don't want to be focused by 4 people. I got exhausted here. We've got to be very careful with how we play this team fight. Yeah, be very, very careful with how we play a team fight. You never like engage too hard. As Riven, you want to carefully see how the team fight is going, and then you act accordingly. If the team fight's going well, can you see a dive opportunity? Will you survive the dive opportunity? If not, kite back, save your backline. Whoa, 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 whoa. This guy's there's a Tryndamere there. I want to make sure Trynd doesn't get a huge crit off here. Stun the guy, EQ away. Yeah, this is called the Riven kiting style. This is very important to learn past Platinum. Platinum and higher, you really want to master this playstyle. I'm going to back, let them take Rift Herald. Yeah, this playstyle, a lot of Rivens, you know, they just know the brawl. Fight, fight, fight. This is how you fight. This is how you engage. They've mastered the ER, Flash Q, W, Tiamat, you know, the engage combos. They've mastered some of the peeling combos, but then suddenly you realize, wait, these guys have no idea. They only have fight mode or run mode. That's all they know how to do. The kiting style is very important because it allows you to be much more adaptable. It allows you to play multiple roles in a single fight. It allows you to function as both a tank and a damage dealer, a kiter, a support, everything. A CC bot. That's the true power of Riven and why she's so powerful. Alright, so we got the Rift Herald. We're gonna move to take mid most likely. I'm not sure why Blitzcrank is bot here or top here. He should be going mid lane. Now, if Tryndamere shows up, the moment he shows up, we want to burst him down, force him to ultimate, then kite back. If he chases us, he's going to die on our next cooldowns because his ult's going to run out. And if he runs away, then we can take the tower with little to no penalty. We want to make sure we don't get ulted under tower by the Malzahar here. Respect the Malzahar ult for sure. She does have ultimate and Zillion ult, that's why I didn't flash there. But that's both things down, so now the next time she walks up, I can just one-shot her. Now we do have to respect the Malzahar ult. That will take off the Malzahar shield. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I saw them all clumped up there, so I knew it was an opportunity. An opportunity for a quick engage. Oh my gosh, that was a point-blank hook that he just missed. This Rek'Sai is full AD. I don't really have to be concerned about this guy at all. I have Ninja Tabi for the duel. Actually, he does have ult, so I have to respect the ultimate potential. I'm gonna make sure I don't get cheesed by him here. Yeah, you have to constantly respect your enemies, as well as your teammates too. You respect your teammates' damage. Ooh, that is a lot of damage. Our team is getting collapsed on here. If Vladimir just goes, I'm right here. Vladimir, just go. Vladimir? Hello? Is anyone home? Or... My god, what is that Vladimir doing? Oh, that is a huge ultimate actually. Okay, this game is turned into a Clown Fiesta. But yeah, that's how you manage the Tryndamere matchup. And I actually like that we recorded all of this because that also shows you how to think in a team fight. It shows you how to think when you're behind. It shows you how to analyze your mistakes. We're 50 CS down, but because of our TP plays, our macro play, we were able to just be more useful than the guy. And that was enough to, you know, snowball our lead. You don't have to constantly outplay your opponent. Like, I died to him solo in lane, but because you stay calm, you analyze the situation, you know who's winning and who's losing. Luckily, we had winning lanes this game. If we had losing lanes, it would be a much more difficult game, but I would still be able to make plays around the map. And really, a lot of the leads that we have can be attributed to some of those TP plays, for sure. So now that we've hit this Death Stance Black Cleaver, I want to go match this Tryndamere so I can show you how to deal with him in a split push. Because a lot of times he'll just run it down top. When you're not this ahead and you're not in high elo where people know how to shut out games, I really want to show you how to, you know, deal with the Tryndamere that's strong. So we'll wait for him to show up. He's in mid lane right now. I'm going to see if I can draw him top lane or something. If you're curious, currently I'm itemizing towards GA. That's usually your third item when you go the DC Black Cleaver build. Yeah, there's a lot of people here. I think he's looking for the ultimate here. My team's collapsing though. Ay ay ay. So you kite back when he has his ult. You don't want to stay in. You watch the bar at the top left, and then you auto attack him when it's down. Yeah. Riven can be used almost as like a range champion. Let me out. Zillion doesn't seem to be very happy with this game. Riven can be used as a range champion many times. Your positioning is very key in team fights. Because she's innately squishy, while my items do give me some, you know, combat tankiness, she's not that tanky. If you get focused by 2 or 3 people at once, you've got to understand how to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Oh, very nice stun. Don't overcommit. I know that the Rek'Sai is coming up. I don't want to chase too far. Ultimate's not up either. Uh-oh. This is a pretty bad situation for me being. Luckily, I'm so ahead that I didn't instantly die. And that's really the beauty of this Black Cleaver Ninja Tabi Death Dance build is you're very, very tanky innately. We're gonna go ahead and back, buy my GA, and then teleport back into this game. Ooh, his jump was cancelled. Alright, we won. Well, yeah, I hope that provided some insight into the Tryndamere matchup. I think that's less of a video about the Tryndamere matchup and more how to play a losing matchup. Like what to do when you're behind in lane. How do you play the map? I think we'll most likely release another video on the Tryndamere matchup where we have more examples of the brawl itself. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment below on what you thought was most interesting in the video. And leave a like if you enjoyed to help us grow the channel. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe for notifications. I'll see you later. Peace.